available for the future. And we have first presentation from Yariv from Rico. Yariv, are you ready?
Hey, hello, Pankaj.
Fantastic, Yariv. We can see you, we can hear you. Please start sharing your screen. You will have 10 minutes to present, and then we'll move on to the next presentation after that. Okay, good luck.
Great, you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Great. Hello, everybody. I'm Yariv Omer, co-founder and CEO in Rego. And in Rego, when you lend money to a real estate project, you want to see your money paid back, right, with the interest. In Rego, we compare the investments opportunity to hundreds of thousands of similar historical investments and integrate hundreds of parameters in order to help investors and asset managers to avoid investing in non-performing loan, reduce dramatically the default rate, right? Because if you think about it, in real estate, you have a huge amount of data. But if you know investments committees in asset managers and financial institutional, nobody really decides by the data, right? They decide by their personal experience, mainly previous failures and gut feelings. But can we use technology, data, machine learning to improve dramatically the performance of real estate investments? That's what we do in Rego. Okay, and we focusing today on the market that is called US short-term real estate debt market, meaning developers, real estate developers that need short-term loan for 1 year, 2 years to do their project, fix and flip, construction project, bridge loans, yeah, in the residential market. There are 300,000 of such transactions in the US per year, a market over 100 billion and growing fast. We focus on this market and how it goes. I mean, because the investments, the asset managers, the investments firms that invest and lend money to this project, how they work, they have Excels, right? Analysts that use Excels. I interviewed dozens of analysts in the last 3 years. I always like to ask them, you know, have you changed the last time your investment model? At least until now, the answer was always never. It's a hard thing to change an investment model, right? How do I know the weight? How can I test it? Who in the investment committee will even believe what I'm just doing? So eventually, there are models, there are analysts, but that's not how things are decided. So we thought, can we use data science to take a market that have usually around 5-6% pre-COVID, I'll talk about COVID in a minute. Pre-COVID has 5-6% default rate. Can we reduce it 5, 6, 10 times? Can we reduce the decision time from a day or two to an hour or 30 minutes? Can we change models update? And maybe can we help real estate that is very local business, right? I know how to do business in New York City, but I don't know to do it in Dallas. But maybe because I have 20,000 historical deals that I know how they perform in Dallas, maybe now I can do that as well. So can we take technology to do all that? That's what we've built in Rego. So Rego is, we call ourselves a leading AI-powered risk analysis platform that can provide for investors, for asset manager, the best risk-adjusted returns in this market. And first we build a model, right? Historical model that is based on hundreds of thousands of historical short-term loans to real estate developers that we know how they perform. We are integrating data sources related to the borrower, to the area, to the property, to the financials of the deal, and build few machine learning techniques in order to build the predictions. So once we see an investment opportunity, we can help investors decide to predict probability to default, if there will be a default, how much money can I recover because I have the property, compare it to the rest of the market and have a quick decision with insights to go or not to go for that. When we test it on historical data, we see great results. I present here two tests, two KPIs. In the first one, you will see on the left side, we took a data set of 3,719 historical loans from the year 2017 and 18 that have been in this market. Over 6% have been in a non-performing situation. When we ran all of them through our platform, the platform recommended to invest in a bit more than half, in 1,700, 79, and with a very low default case. Only 11 of them were in default. The rest were in the half that was not recommended. Another KPI we can see with a test we call per accuracy testing, where we take 2 loans from the history, one that have gone into a default, one that have performed as expected, and we ask an analyst, tell us which loan is what, right? We take 200 of such pairs for the statistics. And a monkey would probably be 50% right, and we expect human analysts to be better, but it's a hard task. You know, it's to decide which loan is better from 2 loans that have been given in the past. We see analysts are beating the monkey, but not a lot. Today, for example, our algorithm is over 80% accuracy, few standard deviation above. And we've built what we call Rego Vulnerability Index. So once an analyst and asset managers have an investment opportunity to lend, for example, here $150,000 to a single family in California, in a push of a button, it can get a recommendation and insight regarding the borrower, the valuation, demographic cost, and any other aspect of the deal, right? And we started to sell it a bit in October 18, a bit than 2 years ago, 2 years and something. Up to date, asset managers that use the system already have been given 348 deals, over 178 have already paid back in full and reinvested. Until now, we hadn't had any principal loss on the money, diverse in nationwide across the US. And when we compare it, I mean, what happened in COVID, there are a few things that happen in this market, but one of them that is the default, right? The non-performing loans have been doubled. We see a comparison of 6 leading companies in this market in the US with an average of between 10 to 12% non-performing loans. It's their reports from October last year. In Rego, we are having our customers have less than 1.5%, which is by far better. And what we started in 18, as I mentioned, with the first customers, small fund, $5 million using this technology. In 2020, started January 2020, Meitav Dash are the biggest asset manager in Israel. They manage $40 billion asset under management. They started to use the system, plan to get to, by the end of this year, to 100 million. It's 25 million using the system. And the next stage is to start spreading. Of course, again, the properties are in the US. Until today, the customers are in Israel. We signed an agreement with a very big investment bank in New York to start a securitization of 100 million transaction. But we're looking for additional investors, funds, credit lines, or and others. For example, we're talking with people in Singapore and other places that wants to invest in the short term in the developers' debt market in the US and using our technology in order to do that. Our team is built from half of the team are real estate people, half of the team are tech people. I myself, I'm coming from 21 years now in high tech, been in few in VP R&D and VP product in different companies like Cisco, Technicolor, or NICE. I started a company 8 years ago doing data science for Wi-Fi optimization, and 3 years ago started Rego together with my 2 co-founders coming from the real estate industry. Itai is our chief investments officer. He's living in Atlanta. He's doing real estate investments over the past 20 years with asset under management over $1 billion. Urit Rohr is our head of business development, coming from Goldman Sachs, been in company, did his MBA in University of Chicago. Together in the real estate team with Mr. Steve Ball, was the head of commercial mortgages in Merrill Lynch. Our tech team, also headed by a few data scientists, coming from Google and Yahoo, and Haley, who is leading our operation and data. She came from Credify. It's a company that sells data for real estate. And together we try what we call like the Big Bang, doing real estate and tech investments together. And I think this is this is the new stage of how you invest in real estate, mainly in real estate debt today in the US market. And that's what we do. And again, we're looking for partners to join us that wants our technology to manage their investments in the US debt market. Thank you very much for your time today. And we can maybe answer.
Thanks a lot, Yariv. We have 2 minutes for questions.
Hi, Yariv. This is Gaurav.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Yariv, what is your revenue model?
So we have 2 revenue models. The main one is that we take fees for asset under management. All right. So let's say, for example, this is our agreement with Meitav, is that we take in this agreement 0.4% out of the asset under management as fees, as you can call it as management fee, right? This is one model. The second model is that we work with other fund is that, you know, it's a license per transaction. So you have an investment opportunity that you want to use our system, you run it, and then you pay amount of dollars, or you basically can buy a package, a yearly package for using the system as per a license, let's call it per loan model.
So this is more like a subscription model. Both of the models are not like a success fee, where if I am helping you save 4 to 6% of the NPAs, which you compared with the competitors, I would take a percentage of the success fee?
So not until now, but now we are doing a POC with a big fund, an originator from Florida that is managing a 100 million fund. And with them, again, it's not done deal yet, but the agreement will be what we think, what he suggested and we work together is exactly that. Today he has this amount of revenues and default rate. If he use our system to reduce it to later amount, we take part of the success there. This is a very interesting, I think, for funds. This is a very interesting model that we see today. Yeah, and we're looking for.
What is your current burn rate and the capital you are looking to raise?
So we just we are raising now today. We raised before in 2019. We raised 1.4 million. Now we are doing a seed round of 2.7. We already raised. We had an initial closing of 2.3, so we almost closed the round of the seed round. We have like 400 left and we want to keep it for, let's call it like a smart money or strategic investor that can help us grow the business. So we keep $400,000-$500,000 in the seed round today for that. Our burn rate is last month it was 90,000.
Yariv, thanks a lot for the presentation. Gaurav, really thanks for asking the questions. Now we'll have to jump to next presentation. SenseLoaf, please Prakhar and Gautam. And Yariv, you have questions in the chat, please feel free to answer them. And then I also put the Google form for scoring Yariv and follow-on presentation. So please keep doing that. Prakhar, please go ahead.
Thanks, Pankaj. Just a sec. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes. Please go ahead. Prakhar, you can start talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Prakhar Agrawal, co-founder and CEO of SenseLoaf Technologies. And we also have Gautam Khurana, who is the founder and CTO. SenseLoaf is a modern-day talent intelligence platform, changing how we hire and interact with the right talent. So the question is, why is hiring a pain? So imagine a recruiter, and she has to fill multiple jobs ranging from data science to account executive and sales head. The expectations from the recruiter is to almost have superhuman capabilities and deliver efficiently on time. They are supposed to be relationship managers, efficient sourcers, domain experts, screen resumes, engage with top talent and everything. And what are the tools they have? Keyword-based systems that more than often adds to the problem. Using keyword-based search and match is like finding a needle in a haystack blindfolded. And surprisingly, in a study by Forbes, 70% of the profiles for jobs are never seen by humans and are automatically rejected in these systems. And on top of this, our recruiters have to deal with large volumes and irrelevant profiles. We all have inherent biases. And when a recruiter is hard-pressed to find those right people and is working on limited time and budget, it's natural to reject or miss profiles based on reasons that have absolutely nothing to do with the job. Similarly, domain expertise requires years to master, but a recruiter is expected to master multiple domains, but rarely she has the complete insights to keep up with the hiring trends, changing skill landscape, and understanding how the market is behaving. And all of this leads to a talent mismatch, which is a $30 billion problem and is bleeding our industry. The loss of revenue from talent mismatch is staggering. A cost of bad hire or a false positive can range anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000, depending on the role or the industry they are in. This leads to poor talent experience. And key hires slip away due to inefficient engagement. And the best part is, while we all love to talk about diversity and inclusion, somewhere along this chaos, this important area is missed due to the existing problems in the industry. But the talent market is changing. Talent acquisition across have recognized these problems. And while the human capital management market is vast, the focus is on the ATS and HRMS market, which are mainly powered by keywords. In the last 5 years, AI platforms have risen that work in sync with the systems, and they use NLU and machine learning based systems to automate screening and help hiring managers and recruiters. The ATS and HRMS market globally is $3 billion and is growing steadily at 7.3%. And generally, AI systems are targeted towards these recruitment systems and serve large enterprises and provides a serviceable opportunity of $500 million. And in a report released by LinkedIn, globally CEOs and CHROs are planning to use more AI in their system, with US leading all other nations at 73%. So with SenseLoaf Talent Intelligence Platform, organizations are able to monetize their data set and find those hidden gems and engage with them instantly. With automated talent discovery and screening, recruiters are free from the repetitive manual work, and they actually have time to align their D&I strategy with the organization goals, while completely eliminating conscious and unconscious bias from the screening process. With deep market and AI-driven insights, recruiters become superhumans, domain experts, relationship managers, and drive decision-making process. It's like having a super electromagnet that instantly identifies that needle from the haystack. So SenseLoaf is driving industry from keyword-based search mass to actionable insights. Our AI learns from existing talent data, like from applicant tracking systems, Google Drive file folders, and then studies the dynamic relation between skills, hiring patterns, industries, job level. And when this combined with the market data, it provides a customization that fit every organization needs and help them find that hidden gem in organization's talent pool. SenseLoaf provides AI-driven people analytics and equip recruiters to create targeted jobs to attract the right people. This also helps them understand how people grow within their careers and keep people interested and engaged with the right career opportunity. We understand that the talent acquisition space is vast, and we want it to be easier for organizations of all sizes and need to benefit from it. So that's why we also have a very strong talent API strategy, which every existing recruitment system can transform their process and serve their existing customers seamlessly. So we are looking at an obtainable market of $200 million with a license-based model and about an average LTV of $500,000 per API customer. With our talent platform, organizations can enjoy the benefits of AI while using it in synchronization with their existing recruitment systems. With our in-house AI capabilities, for the first time ever, we are releasing a lean talent platform that small companies and startups can directly use and manage their talent pipeline. And we are looking at an obtainable market of $100 million with a subscription-based revenue model and about $200,000 LTV per enterprise customers. So with our SenseLoaf platform, recruiters can do more and manage less. So our recruiter at any given point of time is continuously multitasking, and with SenseLoaf help, is instantly engaging with the right talent, have these insights to drive those decision making and reduce the time and cost to hire dramatically. Now, with our go-to-market strategy, we are very discreet with our talent API strategy and are engaging customers through referrals and HR events. Currently, we are working with signed pilots with Intri Careers, which is Austin-based, and Zimio HRMS, which is based out of India. They're using our talent APIs to build use cases within their platform. Intri serves non-for-profit organizations and help them create resume. And they're using our AI to do a talent to job matching, while Zimio HRMS is using our AI matching within their AI ATS system. For a talent platform, it's currently used by 2 staffing firms in Boston and New York. And we are already synced in with their existing recruitment databases to help them automate screening and discover talent from their data sets. They have already saved up to 9 hours screening time per role and extensively monetizing their data sets. A lean talent platform, we are partnering with accelerators and VC, and we have already partnered with Spark, XYZ, and Entrepreneurship Fist, and this happened like a week ago. And the idea is that they offer us our lean platform as credits to their existing startups. And the best part about this is more of an inbound approach. So this requires minimum sales and marketing efforts on our end. Historically, recruitment is always competitive. On the talent platform side, some of the platforms that are doing well are Eightfold and Sensia, started in 2016 and 17. They are based out in US and mainly focus on enterprise applications. Turbo Hire and Skillet are based out of India, and Entelo uses a combination of keyword and machine learning models. On the API side, we are looking at two companies, Sovereign and Opening.ai. Sovereign is a very strong person and recently started that AI matching. And Opening.io was recently acquired by Issuance. So more and more ATSs are looking to provide AI-based experience and engagement to their customers. And the best part is even giants like Issuance, which have such a huge market share, are going to buy instead of build in their system. So our competitive edge is that we have a very strong product and API strategy, and that is powered by a core AI engine. We provide actionable predictive insights at every single step of the journey instead of providing complicated workflows. And our pricing gives the highest ROI to our organizations. Our current weighted pipeline is around $326,000, out of which API has about 65% share. We have 4 signed LOI from our partners. We have built a very strong core team of 5 people and have onboarded advisors from Google, SAP, and we are also forming a CHRO board. We have already developed 7 strategic partnerships in the market with Gmail, Outlook, 2 ATSs in United States, Google Drive, Excel, that helps us drive our customer value. We have raised $90,000 from angel investors. So we are raising $300,000 pre-seed, which will help us build a strong development team, and that will act on top of our agile development approach. The key hires we are looking at are our NLP engineers, backend and front-end developers. The majority of the sales and marketing will be spent to establish ourselves as thought leader through content creation, build strategic partnerships, and attending major HR events. We'll also file IP around our AI systems and are looking at a runway of about 12 to 15 months. Currently, our platform Talent Discovery is live and being used by our customers. We are next, with this ones, we'll be releasing our AI chatbot and smart career page that will help improve talent experience and engagement. The whole idea is to build a fully scalable AI API ecosystem, which will allow all our platform features to be easily accessed by any customer. So our 2021 forecast is that we're looking at about $500,000 ARR, out of which, as you can see, APIs and system integrations dominate a major part of it, close to about 70 to 80%.
Prakhar, you are running out of time.
All right, so we have a very strong mix of tech and business backed by a board of advisors. Gautam is the founder and CTO. He's experienced building AI models in cloud technologies, e-commerce, and leading product development. I have worked in startups and worked in companies like Philips and have a very strong experience with product rollout design strategy. We have a very strong product team which have been with us for the last 2 years since the inception of company. And that's it. Thank you. Sorry, Pankaj. I know I went out of time.
Thanks a lot, Prakhar. So we don't have any time left to ask questions, but probably you could put your questions in the chat so that Prakhar and Gautam can answer your questions. The next presentation is from Rishabh from Moshak Tech. Rishabh, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Just going to share my screen.
Go ahead, Rishabh.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rishabh Pote. I'm the founder at Moshak Tech. At Moshak, we work on optimizing your cloud journeys, right? Our vision is to build a self-serve intelligent product to help enterprises, SMEs, and scale-ups to optimize their cloud journeys. This is from the start, from choosing the right cloud service to scaling their business on cloud while using the right resources and reducing cost to keep user experience at its core, right? The cloud is very complex, so user experience is one of our key features. There are tons of service providers out there. There's tier 1 players like AWS, Azure, Oracle, GCP, tier 2 players like DigitalOcean, ESDS, Rackspace. All of these guys provide a million services under them and a million instances under them, right? They have EC2 instances, S3 instances, compute, storage, NoSQL, SQL databases, non-relational DBs. So it gets very complex and complicated for a customer to decide which is the right service and the right service provider for them, which is exactly where we come in. What we do is we recommend the right services on a multi-hybrid cloud level. We recommend the right environment for our customers on a multi-hybrid cloud level, which we can then run through our unified billing portal. The unified billing portal allows us to do automated cost optimization on your monthly billing that comes through our portal. We also do automated security and compliance scans by partnering with cloud security tools. We help in assisted scaling, and all in all, we help you automate your cloud journey, which makes it much simpler for you, and which enables you and enables us to give you an ROI of about 60 to 90%. So using our product, our customers would typically save about 60 to 90% on their cloud. Right? This is how it works. So the customer answers a questionnaire, and we're also putting together a tool that can scan the customer's existing architecture and application. Using this, we break it down into attributes, use cases, which we run through a recommendation engine. The recommendation engine gives us a service package. The service package can be on a single cloud or a multi-cloud, and the multi-cloud can be on one tier 1 player and one tier 2 player or multiple tier 1 players, also a hybrid cloud recommendation, which we run through the unified billing portal. What the unified billing portal essentially means is that you don't have to go to multiple places to manage your cloud billing. You can do everything at the same place. This also means that we can look at all of your cloud usage to data analytics by accessing just informational data. We don't touch your organizational data, and do cost optimization for you. We also do automated migration using Terraform scripts wherever required, either within the same environment or into another environment. Right now, we have the MVP one ready. These are a few snapshots for the MVP one. We'll come back to this towards the end of the presentation. Let's talk a little bit about numbers, right? So the market opportunity is very much there. If you look at the statistics, the primary concern for most companies, either on multi-cloud or getting into multi-cloud, is managing costs, security, and complexity, all three of which we address. 57% of people that already use a multi-cloud environment, they say that their primary concern is managing cloud spend. 35% is the average reported cloud waste. Only 42% regularly optimize their cloud spend, and only 41% maintain an approved service catalog. This puts our total addressable market at about $62.5 billion, and SAM and SOM at $40.6 and $6.9 billion respectively. These are our financials for the year 2021. So we are projecting around 150K revenue USD. We are not making any revenue at this point, obviously, because we're at an early stage. We're a 7-month-old startup. We're still building our MVP and our product. We're raising our pre-seed round of about $100,000 at $1.6 million valuation. We're closing a round of about $37,000. That is through friends, families, and mentors. These are a few of our competitors, right? Cloud architects that do manual building, Spot.io, Nutanix, Beam are two of our strongest competitors. Upsolver and OnApp are also on the list. We are different because our solution is automated. It's a self-serve product, which means it is automated. We do AI cost optimization and AI service recommendation. Our simplified dashboard means you can look at all of your cloud usage analytics at the same place. We are cloud agnostic. Now, what cloud agnostic means is we don't partner with any one player in the market. We look at all of the players, which also differs us a lot from people like Upsolver and OnApp. We take tier 2 players and position them against the tier 1 players, making us strategic partners for tier 2 players like ESDS, Control-S, Rackspace, etc. Our unified billing portal allows you to bill everything at the same place, and we also simplify cloud computing for you. Us being a self-serve product means there are lower integration costs, lower operating costs, and next to nothing training costs. These are a few of the customers that we are engaging with and are potential customers. We have LOIs from all of them for a paid pilot. Corpus Vision, Adaptee are a few IT companies. Organic Riot is a B2C company that deals in cosmetics. Hyperpower is an automation brand. Magnus Medi and Binox is into health tech. IOPOP is actually one of the biggest fintech companies in Indonesia. And we also are partners with ESDS, who are one of our first cloud partners. This is the team. So I have about 6 years leading teams in robotics. I'm currently in the first year doing computer engineering. I'm the IIT Bombay Rookie of the Year for 2015, Red Bull backed host for a show that I performed 2 years in performance automobile. Abhishek Saini is my co-founder CTO. He has 13 plus years of experience in the industry. He's ex-PayPal, ex-HP, currently with ST Engineering. Krishnath Pawar is our cloud engineer, part-time cloud engineer, 15 plus years of experience in the industry. And Mridul Palwankar is our tech mentor, 20 plus years of experience in the industry. We're currently also hiring a full-time team to help build our product, and we'll have the team on board by the end of this month. These are this is our advisory team, right? All of our mentors have invested in us and in Moshak. Our advisors help us get customers, help us strategize on how to get customers, how to market and tell our story. Most of our other advisors also have given us soft commitments to invest in the upcoming round, so as a hostel fund and EthAum. So we're doing right now, we're on Q1. So we have finished Q4, which is, we have the MVP 1 ready. MVP development is done. We have done up to 50 customer interactions, and all of them have liked our product. We're also closing our friends and family fundraise. In Q1 towards Q3, we're trying to fast track this also. We'll be doing our MVP 2 development pre-launch beta with a few customers, 10 to 15 customers, strategic partnerships, and also a pre-seed round. Towards Q3, we'll be doing our commercial launch, customer acquisition, and our seed fundraise. And Q3 of 2022 is when we're actually going to target enterprise level customers. Right now, we're looking at MSMEs and startups with Series A, B onwards funding. This is our product roadmap. Again, we have the MVP 1 right now. We have the recommendation engine and the cost engine, and with a price calculator for AWS and GCP. Towards Q4 of 2021, we're going to have our MVP 2 built, which will have support for hybrid multi-cloud, the unified billing portal, and also cost optimization. We'll be launching our product in Q2. Of course, all along, we will be continuously enhancing our hybrid multi-cloud model. And we will also be able to propose resources to scale our customers' business on cloud. Q3 and Q4 is when we're going to be launching the version 2 of our product, where we'll be able to do security and compliance scans, automated rate refreshes, and integration with the public domain. Yeah, that was my presentation, sir. And I'll take any questions.
Thanks, Rishabh. Do we have questions for Rishabh? We have 1 minute for asking questions.
Yeah, I actually have a question. Is there a critical size of the company or the migration that should take place for somebody to consider your product? Because I'm assuming that there has to be a minimum amount of investable assets or some kind of a threshold that this will become profitable for the company, or to consider this as a product instead of going their way and finding out their own vendors.
Right. No, this is true. So it's exactly why we run a recommendation engine, right? We scan the customers' applications, we scan the customers' VMs, and also the questionnaire. And based on that, we recommend our customer if it's the right time for them to move on to cloud, if they should stay on their current environment, or which is the environment that they should move on to. So which is why the recommendation engine plays a key role. So not all customers should move to cloud. And the customers that don't have to move to cloud, immediately we help them plan out their cloud journey. So we help them modernize their applications and move to cloud through our SIs and MSP partners.
Thanks a lot, Rishabh.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks, Pankaj. No, I got a question in the chat, so I'll address that there. Yeah. Okay.
Again, if you have questions, please ask them on chat. And don't forget to score the startups. Okay, right. Thanks a lot, Rishabh. Now we have the next startup called VR, and Amit will be the presenter. Amit, fantastic. Please start presenting.
Great. Thank you, Pankaj. First, I want to thank you, Pankaj, and for this journey. We've been really focused through that journey, and we've been really helpful. So yeah, thank you. Let me go in. So yeah, my name is Amit Chachek. I'm the founder at VR, and we're creating a visual picking solution. Together with my brother and Yaniv, we created a very unique tool. I'm coming from the VFX industry, founded Real Motion Inc. And Tomer coming from an algo trading solutions, was head of risk management, and Yaniv is a senior software engineer And together we created this company and founded it, and we have very great world leading advisors. Maureen Bauer, one of the expert in AR. Guy Schechter is a senior executive that's helping us a lot. Ares Tal been sold his company to Apple and currently running AR51. So what we're doing is a visual picking tool for the retail store. So today, with machine learning and computer vision, we really believe that we can increase revenue, productivity, and efficiency at the store for those who pick for the online orders. Talking about 30% of efficiency that can translate to a lot of money, depending on how big your brand is and how many stores you have. We believe that's a great tool looking forward, especially now through what we've been through this past year and the COVID, when we saw an amplified kind of, situation in that online ordering situation, position. So retailers had to keep up with their increased demand, and third parties started to take over, those fields of acquiring new customers that are ordering online. And they didn't really keep up with everything because it takes about an hour for someone to pick an online orders, and there is not a real good updated omni-channel for being able to map the store and match the inventory. And of course, when new pickers coming into play, it's pretty hard to follow up. So it's like about sometimes 3 months maybe from understanding with talking with clients that it takes them to really get into the high performance. With AR, we believe we can decrease that into week or two probably, because it's a very automated process. Again, using machine learning and computer vision, we're creating different tools. The store mapper is the way for us to map the store. Anyone can map his store pretty easily and map that into the floor planogram or anything that you can navigate people through. The multi-order picking, it means that if someone usually doing 1 order per hour, so with visualized cart or visualized, let's call it trolley, and understanding of shelf, you can probably do multiple order per person, and we think that's a great benefit around that. And of course, their navigation will save a lot of time while you navigate around the store and find products really easily. The store mapper is very unique. We see that as a great opportunity for planogram compliance and others, but currently really managing your inventory, mapping your space for a better omnichannel and picking routes optimization. I think that's the main goal of it. And we see that in the US, there is a big market around that. There is a lot of company conquering that area. And we believe we have a good angle around that. The picking itself is helping you, again, doing a multiple order using mobile phones, and it's really accelerate self-servicing with their navigation and visual search. Looking at the shelf, you get what you need. You get information about the product, you get all the personal information around the product, and then where to put it in the cart. So making that could be very efficient for new pickers, and we believe that really great solution. In terms of competitors and technology and all that, we see that there is in every big technology, especially in the computer vision and machine learning, of the solution been on the cloud for a while. But we do see now that how this starting to go back into the edge. And we believe that our main angle is in the edge device. How do we use those amazing tools that we already got in our hands to perform better at the store? So less cloud expenses, less connectivity with the cloud, a simple and intuitive solution. And I think, that's very obvious for us to understand how much simple that could be. We're just looking at the shelf through glasses, but of course the phones currently, and understanding the shelf very easily. Our IP is around mapping the store's dynamic environments. Dynamic environments, that's something that retail store has a lot of points and clouds in the air, but really there is no semantic understanding of it when talking about AR. Our IP is around mapping a space in dynamic environments to be able to generate planograms and others to localize and then navigate to inside the store. Again, like the cloud computing comparing to the edge device, we see great value around there as a competitor's advantage as well. In terms of go-to-market, we are going into direct market and retailers, but also to strategic partners. We believe that a SaaS model will be the right way to start with, but also revenue channel in the later of this evolving product. There is a great value around the retail section right now. We see big demand around online order as well. Store needs help, and we're here to help them. Looking at the 1,500 per store per month, we believe that 5,000 is a reasonable number to look at, and that's could generate to the $90 million. Right now, we're in the we've been bootstrapped, revenue about $400+ thousand, looking for a seed round on 500K. Looking forward into the next 8 to 7 months before we're going into the A round. Yeah, I think everybody's welcome to join. We see that as a great value, but also as a great past experience with other companies that we work with. So we're working with Walmart and Sam's Club. We're revenue 400K. Doing different experiences around AR and image recognition and understanding at the store. With Verizon as well, we showed that with 5G, computer vision and machine learning could be very useful. Getting personal information in real time, that's something that everybody's looking for. Yeah, please, welcome for any questions.
Thanks a lot, Amit. Questions for Amit, please? Yep, unmute yourself.
Hi, Amit. My name is Jeff. I'm viewing here from, doing this from London in the UK. I was really interested in the technology. It looks really, comprehensive and really interesting. So congratulations on building that. I was just curious because I know that there's a very, and sorry, you may have referred to this in the pitch. I may have missed it. I may have missed the details, but there is a very successful US company called Instacart, which I'm sure you'll know of, which is kind of a marketplace platform. And I think one of the ways in which they were really able to drive home a kind of a market lead was by building software which allowed the people in the marketplace who were buying groceries for others who were placing orders was through their use of tech and through building software which allowed people to navigate stores really quickly and have a more kind of efficient shopping experience. Do you envisage some sort of marketplace model like that being integrated into this, or is this a pure? Because I saw one of your revenue streams was like a SaaS model to stores themselves. My feeling is, if it's purely being sold to stores, are you seeing that there's you're able to offer enough value to those stores? Because in many cases, I assume that they would say, well, actually, our employees who act as pickers already know the stores inside out. They know the layouts, and so there's not enough additional value here. So are you? So it's a bit of a long-winded way of asking the question, but do you find that they are, they're responsive and they feel that there's enough additional value beyond, the fact that their workers already know the stores inside out?
Yes, that's a really great question. First, partnering with Instacart, that's not a bad solution for us as well. We believe that through their retail, we can actually provide service to them as well. So I think in general, when we're talking about AR and VR and computer vision in that way, we're taking images of the world. We're understanding the world, we're taking images, and then we try to match them to something else. Privacy and accessibility can be limited because it's their own environment. They can control it, they can lock it down, they can do whatever they want with it, right? Yes, of course, they don't want to ruin business, but it really depends on the other side. And I think, yes, we can definitely provide more solutions that can integrate into Instacart, but I think the great value would be for the retail, and we see that talking with them as well, because assortment is ever changing all the time. So every week, every day, it's a bit a different situation. So if someone mapped it sometime, doesn't mean that he's going to navigate to the right place necessarily. So our first product is about scanning the store to map better the navigation part that they already have integrated. Key value in a cloud-based solution where it doesn't cost you so much and you already have the people in the store will already generate great value. We're talking about minutes. Minutes will translate to a lot of money in that area. And I think we can definitely save about up to 30% with different tools that we will enable to them. And we're looking forward doing more solutions after we integrate with the retailer to provide more solutions to the brands and then integrate with third parties as well.
Okay, I think, thanks a lot, Jeff. Thanks a lot, Amit. We'll have to take the question offline. You have questions in the chat as well. Thank you for the presentation. Now we have the presentation from Stayr team. Fantastic. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. We are from Stayr. I'll just give you, so I'm happy to present today. So at Stayr, we managed to find a huge problem. The problem is property owners worldwide are unable to sell their unused, underutilized spaces anywhere in the world. So we introduced the hourly concept to really break down their system and resell their current properties in new ways and new strategies with new technology. And this is very significant. As you can see, 30 to 50% of the hotel spaces in the world are currently unused on a daily average. And we think we can we can resell this 30 to 50% to a new market and a new niche of audiences. And this number, what you're seeing, is before COVID. Right now, it's up to a 70% high. And to give you a better perspective, the hotel industry market is a $600 billion market. And out of that, $400 billion of this market is untapped potential, which Stayr can claim through our ecosystem of monetizing spaces and hotels, facilities, and co-working spaces, all by the hourly concept. So how do we do this? Think of us like Grab or Uber, an instant booking platform for taxis, but instead now for spaces. Anytime, wherever you are, choose the check-in time that you like, choose the hours you like, and press book. That's it. You get your room, you get your space at that very moment. So how do we do this? We have a lot of ecosystems built around this. For hotels to really increase their revenue and also sell their underutilized spaces by creating a flexible system with minimum hours, accepting and rejecting the rate. And we have seen partners really loving this kind of ecosystem built into their current day booking or even week booking systems. So who do we target? Our audiences are quite wide. Recently we've been seeing quite a number of niches being formed from millennials who are focusing in mainly the photography market, or starting a small business, backpackers who like moving from places to places, or gig workers and businessmen who work at co-working spaces and meeting rooms to hold a meeting away from their noisy family, during especially the COVID times. So how do we make our cash? We take a small transaction from each transaction that goes through every business to a customer. And in the future, we're planning to widen our form of revenue from a B2B market or in other forms of operations such as facilities and property owners. Currently, we have two big players in the market, They Use and Buy Hours. Their main focus is currently in the EU, where we are the first to be in Asia using the hourly booking system, whereas our competitors are fixed to a slot-based system, not giving users the kind of flexibility that you can get at Stayr, giving you the ability to book a room or a facility within 5 minutes from wherever you are in a real-time and integrated manner. So we want to scale, and we are ready to do so. Southeast Asia is a big place to go for, and we aim to go for Thailand for a start. Thailand has one of the highest tourism rates in Southeast Asia, and we aim to take that place as a starting point of our overseas expansion. Currently, we have 29 hotels, 10 facilities, and 26 yachts. Some of the big players that we have recently got is Mandarin Orchard, and you can see Accor. Every day on average, we're getting, every month we're getting around 5 to 6 hotel partners on board, and we're slowly growing. Right now, we've also managed to secure facilities as we're going to be launching that very soon. As you can see, for the past 3 months that we have been launched, we have grown over 263% in users month to month, which is amazing, with 30% of repeat paying customers. With that, we have also gone over 200% month-on-month bookings with an average ticket size of $61. From that, we have generated a total transaction of 96,000, and we aim by the end of the year 2021 to hit 1M in transactions. Currently, we are done with phase 1. We're moving on to phase 2 and phase 3. Right now, we didn't think that we could scale this fast, and we actually did. We scaled what we achieved in, we aim to achieve has been brought back so much more. And this is the reason we want to scale very quick. So this is why we're asking for a $1 million investment right now that can help us innovate in our engineering and technological space. We realize that the facility market and the spaces market as a whole lacks in technology. They still have ecosystems that use emailing as a form of accepting or rejecting a booking. And we think this is super outdated, and we can automate this entire process with, state-of-the-art technology and implementing AI and many forms of expertise that we have gained over this past few months into this ecosystem. So just to share a little, we have broken down our action plans into a few different categories. We can talk about interested on how we're going to break down our growth plan. And just to share a little bit of our team, this is the founding team who managed to get everything up and running, within 3 months, and we are launching and always helping us get out the new and latest technology. We want to say thank you to our investors and advisors, including Pankaj, Anil, Ravi, Rajesh, and Dr. Ramin, to really help us get us where we are today and achieve all the goals we have already. And if you guys want, you can scan the QR code here, get Stayr right now, and book the next facility or room near you using this promo code.
You never forget to promote yourself. That's great, Johan. Thanks a lot for that. Any questions for Johan and Stayr?
Hi, Johan.
Hi.
I have a question. What's stopping existing players such as Agoda or Make My Trip, etc., to start with the hourly booking rate?
So on 2 points. The first is technology. Currently, a lot of them are very well integrated into the old school channel managers, or you would say OTAs. A lot of them, if you actually break down the technology, you'll see they're very outdated and very hard to get out of it, right? So we see that as a problem. When we built Stayr, we built our own technology from day one. We provided new ecosystems, and we're developing a new channel manager that allows bookings by the minute, giving us the flexibility to dynamically change any moment. Especially during the COVID situation you just saw, right? Hotels released new kind of selling points such as work from hotel, which was very hard for many hotels to accommodate because of their outdated ecosystems. And this is where Stayr stepped in, providing an ecosystem that is flexible and easy to change compared to current ecosystems out there like Agoda and Booking.com, and allowing us to do a very flexible flow. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Johan.
Yeah.
We can take one more question. Okay, if there's no question, then thanks a lot, Johan. We have the next team ready. Devinder and Joseph from IndyWise. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Let me share the screen, and there we go. Okay. Cool. So hello, everyone. Thanks for being here today. We are IndyWise, a mentoring-driven and AI-powered upskilling platform. So I'm Joseph, and here is Devinder. We are co-founders at IndyWise. Yeah. So let me put forward the question. Why would you need to hire an intern? So you are a startup, and you have your business plan, pitch, some advisors. Perhaps you get into an accelerator like EthAum, yes? But the real fun remains getting your team. You want to start, but with your limited resources, you can only afford interns. What do you need them to do for you to succeed? Do they need to be lucky, like have a lucky star or something like that? Have a lot of ambition, maybe? Or rather, they need to have the skills to deliver your work. That's why IndyWise was born. So as you know, most education systems aren't focused on experiential learning, which leads to a lack of skills and direction, and therefore unemployment. So we can represent these consequences in 3 pillars here. So mentees like Yashi, college fresher, don't know which kind of upskilling and mentoring they need to succeed. Mentors like Labdi, a seasoned industry professional, don't have a platform where they can have a real, meaningful impact. And early stage startups like us face a resource crunch which eats into the little budget they have. There is no global platform bringing them together to help each other succeed. So this is our solution. Build a platform connecting mentees, mentors, and startups, empowering with AI to provide effective upskilling through mentoring. So IndyWise, which is that platform, enables the startups to source mentored interns for as low as $500 per month, augmented with performance analytics, which is, to be fair, 5 times cheaper than a local unpaid internship, with a 75% time savings for the founders. IndyWise offers mentored internships to mentees with global startups and pairs them with mentors, all at the zero cost and earning a stipend on top of that. IndyWise allows mentors to deliver their impact through AI-powered personalized mentoring and coachings. Mentors get paid, recognized, and have a fulfilling experience. So we are introducing the concept of mentor internships in India and APAC after it being successfully pivoted in the UK and North America by startups like Divat or Virtual Internships. Our initial BOC showcased that over 66% of potential mentees and over 80% of experts wanted to explore the concept of IndyWise. We currently have over 25 mentors, 200 mentees onboarded, and are in discussions for piloting with 7 startups for 10 positions. Well, our MVP was launched on the 1st of December 2020, listing mentors, mentees, and certified mentor interns, just as you see here. The platform enables users to discover mentors, book a slot on their calendar, and pay. And these are the screens of our programs: mentored internships, IndyWise for startups, and subscription packages. On the first year, we aim to deliver a mobile platform and complete our pilot. We also aim to have 500 global mentors and 100 startups from Singapore, North America, and the UK. On the second year, 2022, we aim to become a major player in India and expand to APAC, have over 10,000 transactions and 450 startups, and bring a model of B2B for corporate trainings into the platform. We plan to have a mobile-first pilot that allows mentees to be assessed and find the upskilling they require through mentors and courses. That allows mentors to provide KPIs and feedback to mentees and empowers the startups to find the mentees they need and ensure their performance. Over to you, Devendra, now.
Thanks, Joseph. So in terms of market size, we are contemplating 2 market sizes here. One for global startups of over $6 billion as TAM, and one for mentees of over 21 billion as TAM. Our approach is pretty much focused, and we aim to acquire about 450 startups as our clients by 2022. On the other side, we aim to pair 1,300 interns with these startups and upskill over 8,700 mentees in next 2 years. Well, our business model is very straight. We retain 20 to 35% on every mentoring session, and we charge about $500 per month per intern to a startup. Our transaction size ranges from $13 for one-on-one session to $6,000 for startups. Well, with 8,700 mentees and over 450 startups, we are projecting a revenue target of over 1.8 million by 2022. Overall, the platform retention is about 50 to 60% of the total revenue, and we are aiming to grow at 30% month-over growth rate in initial 2 years. Well, in terms of our go-to-market strategy, actually, we have 3 plans for each persona in our ecosystem. First, to acquire mentees, we're establishing strategic partnerships with multiple colleges, universities, job listing, and ad tech platforms. Whereas for startups, we are reaching out to them through startup channels like AngelList, Sparks XYZ, and also through accelerators and individually as well. For mentors, we are approaching them through LinkedIn and associations, and we are also running referral programs, focused PPC, and digital campaigns. Well, in terms of our positioning with competitions, we position IndyWise as a mentoring-driven upskilling platform, which enables mentees to upskill via mentor internships with global startups and help startups to deliver their work and reduce complexity. Whereas we empower mentees to instantly get one-on-one mentoring on a few clicks. In terms of value, IndyWise is an asset-light platform that delivers value to its mentees through mentored internships with global startups. We believe this as our unique innovation through access to a curated mentor pool, and also through skills verification and job referencing from industry experts. Whereas we deliver value to startups by solving the resource crunch problem with high quality mentored interns at $500 per month in KPI driven output, which is 5 times cheaper than a local unpaid internship and saves about 75% time of founders. We deliver value to mentors by empowering them to have a real impact of on mentees and on up to 80% of the mentoring revenue. Well, in terms of our team strength, alongside us, the founders, we do have Ashish, Siddharth, and Pankaj as our advisors. Also, we have a stable engineering team in place by now. We are funded by 3 angel investors, thanks to Rohit, Deepak, and Christoph. We are also an Oracle partner. So these are our funding goals. We are aiming to raise about $200,000 in this investment round so that we can generate about 2,000 transactions, complete our pilot, and build a good amount of traction with a revenue of over $400,000 by end of this year. And so far, we have raised $30,000 from angels from Europe and India. This is pretty much about our fund utilization. So we aim to use about 60% of these funds to drive our sales and marketing. We'll focus on building a sound team and drive our partnerships and digital campaigns, whereas we are planning to spend about 30% of the budget to build our pilot product and AI algorithms. This is pretty much all about IndyWise. We are open to questions now. Thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you, Devinder Joseph. Do we have questions for Devinder and Joseph? Please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Alex.
Yeah, hi. Is it a registered company?
Yes, we are pretty much a registered company.
Where did you register it?
So we are incorporated in India and Delhi.
In Delhi. And the requested investment is in exchange with how many shares or percentage of the ownership?
So Joseph, can you go to the investment slide? No. Okay, so you're talking about the valuation, I believe, right?
Yes.
Okay, please go to the valuation slide. So our current valuation report is of $1.7 million US, and this one. Yes. So this is the reference valuation for companies like us. Virtual internship was pre-seed valuation was 1.88 mil when they were raising, and there are these other names as well. So we are raising at this moment on the basis of that, and it's all about like how much investors would like to invest. I mean, you would like to invest, and accordingly, the equity will be transferred.
Okay, we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Any other question? We have 1 more minute.
Hi, Devinder and Joseph. This is Shiva here.
Yeah, hi.
I remember you saying that you would charge around $500 a month, right? From the startup. Now, especially in the Indian scenario where there's a huge availability of talent pool, especially if you're looking from the mentee or internship kind of pool, then we're talking about a lot of fresh qualified graduates, engineering as well as non-engineering. Do you think a startup in India, which is say bootstrapped, would want to spend $500 when they could get actually qualified graduates at much lower rates?
Exactly. It's a very fair question. Joseph, can you go to real cost of unpaid internships? See, first and foremost, I would like to mention that we are aiming global startups, like startups from North America, particularly UK and Europe, and also APAC. In APAC, like we are aiming to Singapore and these geographies. So for them, actually paying $500 as compared to the local interns, which cost them about $8,000 on an average for 3 months, and our pricing is like $1,500 for 3 months. So we are almost 5 times cheaper even for the unpaid internships as well. So we believe that we are generating a great amount of value in that sense as well.
Okay, I think we should be taking the next presentation now. Thanks a lot, Devinder and Joseph. I think you need to answer more questions on the chat.
Thanks, Pankaj. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Devinder. Thanks, Joseph.
Thank you, Shiva.
Yel, please start presenting.
Okay, sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Yael Tamar of SolidBlock. I'm going to share my screen, hopefully this time the right one. And if you see any issues, please do tell me.
No, this is the right presentation this time.
Okay, fantastic. So for those of you who may not have heard the first one, my background is in finance. And I started on Wall Street 17 years ago working for a broker-dealer as an analyst, moved to private equity and M&A and working on some of the largest IPOs in Israel on the British markets. I moved into blockchains and startups about 10 years ago into startups, 5 years ago into blockchain. And I've always wanted to be a real estate investor. And I realized that as an entrepreneur, it was very difficult because number one, you needed a lot of money to start investing, very difficult to find deals. And my money would be stuck for 5 to 7 years in one project, which is very difficult for an entrepreneur and a young person. So we decided to build SolidBlock, which enables investors to buy and sell any asset at any time, anywhere, like NASDAQ for real estate. So we transform illiquid assets into tradable securities by connecting asset owners with investors and traders through our token issuance platform, as well as a very rich list of partners that we have right now, which are trading platforms, exchanges, just basically any place where investors can find deals. And the underlying platform is our platform, which allows these deals to be traded globally. So I think I'm going to skip the blockchain slides. And if you guys have any questions, I will answer them later. So SolidBlock makes property more accessible through lowering capital requirements to just $5,000 to $10,000 by creating a global raise and by increasing liquidity. So our first project was the Aspen coin, and that's a St. Regis resort, a world-renowned St. Regis resort that was tokenized and raised $18 million on our platform. Right now, this project is listed on a T0 exchange, and it's trading there at a premium of 30%. And this project has resulted in revenue for SolidBlock of $200,000. Since then, we updated our business model, which includes 1.5% from the raise, plus we enter the projects as partners and we benefit from the increase in the value of each project. Our competitors include, our main competitors in the real estate space include a Hong Kong company called Liquify, a US company called Realty, and a few others. And our main differentiation is the fact that we are a marketplace. We are supplemented by our global partnerships, as I mentioned, as well as our own platform, our blockchain platform, which allows us to tokenize these assets. Now, we have a few other competitors that are worthy to note, such as Vertalo, Securitize, and Polymath. They're general, not real estate focused, but they're doing really well. One more point that's important to note is that there have been already quite a few acquisitions in our space, namely a company called Harbor was acquired recently by a payment company called Paygo, and a company called Open Finance, which is an exchange, was acquired by INX. So, you know, this industry is young. We've already seen some successes. Right now, this is a list of the projects that we have placed on the platform today. On top of that, we have several white label clients coming in right now, just because we have the platform and we have quite a few institutions that are interested in doing their own offerings. So where is this technology going? Right now, as you see in the black is what we have developed so far, tokenization platform. We're raising right now $2 million in order to cover basically the rest of the platform, which is the financial services platform, including derivative solutions such as indices, index funds, benchmarks, ability to cross-list projects on the secondary market in a global manner, so that, for example, you could buy an asset through the Singapore exchange from somebody who's selling it on Tel Aviv Stock Exchange, for example, right? So another big initiative we just started recently, a few months ago, is working with DeFi, decentralized finance companies like Maker. So when you tokenize real estate and the real estate comes in a digital form, it's very easy to collateralize it and issue loans backed by these digital assets, right? It's much more difficult to collateralize an actual asset. It's a very deep and legal process, but once you have it in a digital form, it's much easier to do. And finally, our next stage, 22-23, is a stable coin, and we already have a plan of action to do this in the UAE. Right now is the best time to invest in digitization or tokenization because regulation is positive. And blockchain has enabled trade of private assets, as well as, of course, as you know, in the last year, there's been high demand in liquid assets due to COVID-19. I mentioned my background. My co-founder Yuval is a product and tech guy who's grown several companies from zero to being very successful. We have a very, very smart and talented team, which is mainly located in Israel. We're an American company. Most of our team is in Israel. We have a few team members in Canada and in India, and also in the United States. It's a global team. We have, I think this is probably like 70% of the partnerships we have. I need to update the slide, but the majority of the partners here are exchanges and crowdfunding platforms, as well as brokers that distribute real estate partners and investors. If you want to Google us, we have new partnership PRs and everywhere. It's coming in the news just about every week or twice a week. I'll finish this thought for you guys. Real estate market is huge, $300 trillion worth of assets. Now, only 1% of that is tradable or public today. This is a huge opportunity. In 5 years, we're planning to double that size, 1% to 2%, and bring $3 trillion worth of assets to the tradable market, right? Private and tradable. It's a new asset class, which I think will be an alternative between people investing in cash-based products, which are depreciating, and volatile products like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So this is a product that's in between. It's based on a very stable asset class, but it's liquid. So I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Yael. Do we have questions for Yael?
And if we don't have questions, I can give you a few more things. Here. Let me know if I have extra time.
Please go ahead.
Okay. I was looking at a chat.
There's nothing in the chat, at least.
Not on. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, sorry. All right, so basically, as I mentioned, we have several exchange partnerships, like with traditional exchanges, such as Tel Aviv Stock Exchange and additional ones, where we're going to be facilitating inter-exchange trading or interoperability. This is basically our raise information. We have quite a few, actually right now we have quite a few hard commitments, and I believe that we'll close the round within the next month. So if anybody's interested, I'd be happy to speak. We have several syndications going on in Canada, and I'll be happy to transfer this deck to anybody interested. It's very granular and detailed. So
thanks a lot, Yael. I think we should go ahead and take the next presentation. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Peter?
Hi, Pankaj. Hi.
Thanks a lot, Peter.
I'll share my screen. Great. Good evening, everyone. My name is Peter, and TravelMail is a micro-vlogging platform for tourism and local merchants. And some people call us the TikTok of travel. And first of all, I'd like to thank my wife for giving me a hard time, because when I have to plan a trip, I have to do lots of research and discuss with her, check the price and compare, check the reviews, etc. And not only for myself. A lot of people also face the issue. And according to studies, people search for 48 times and spend more than 10 hours on average. So we built TravelMail. In a single place, we can watch short videos up to 60 seconds each, full screen display. And if we like the videos, there's an itinerary behind it. We can copy single activity, or we can copy the whole itinerary. And we no need to worry about where to book, because it will be recommended by the travel experts or your friends. That's how we reduce a 10-hour process into a 10-minute process. And on the business side, there's a cost, because marketers like to advertise to the space with traffic, but think about places like Facebook and TikTok, they are not travel specific. And lots of travel websites and other media, they have advertisement, but like places like YouTube, normally people don't wait that 5 seconds to skip the advertisement. And the consequences will be losing conversion. And over 46% of the marketers' top challenge is to deliver personalized advertisement and offer in real time. And our solution here is we're going to have the short video commercial from content creators and brands, and all the data will come into the real-time recommended system, and it will match with user preference and behavior, which will push the right content to the right audience with a full screen video display, natural viewing experience, not popping up, and we deliver message without you realize it's an advertisement. We make the user happy to see advertisement. And that's how we disrupt the travel industry. In the past, you and me, we will go to the search engine to get the travel information, like read blogs, etc. And then we are the one to learn information manually. But today, using machine learning and our algorithms, we believe all the travel information should be recommended to you passively or automatically. And the user can feedback, oh, I don't like this piece of information. And then the system will continuously learn about your preference and thus predict more precise prediction. I mean, the recommendation of the itinerary or short videos or travel information to you. And the value proposition and the positioning is normally people will go to the mainstream media to get inspiration. After that, they will go to check price and reviews when they have a buying mentality. And in TravelMail, we have high travel information and we are also very entertaining. Before I go to the next slide, I'd like to share a live demo. Okay, so this is a live demo for the mobile. Okay, so I can just swipe and watch next video. After I watch a few, I can click on the description to check the itineraries. I can save this activity, or I can save the whole itinerary clicking on the top right side. And I can check more details like maps and budget summary about this trip. After that, I can go to my profiles. Over here, I can see whatever I've posted, and my save ideas is like my bucket list. So I'll check this red color first, save ideas. There's a bucket list of the countries, and let's say I'm going to Singapore. So this will be the hotel stay that I save, that I'm interested, which I saved earlier, right? And let's say I want to build my itinerary. I'll click on the plan a trip here. I can build something on scratch. I also can build from the itinerary from the key opinion leaders or someone else itinerary, which I copied earlier. So this is the one that I just copied just now, the first one, like this one, the Singapore one. And I want to modify a little bit. And this is a Singapore itinerary. I have a few items that I have saved earlier. So let's say I want to add this short cruise experience, which I saved earlier. Then I can just drag and drop. So that's how easy. And There's also a link here, which I may click and redirect me to the booking website. So that's how simple to plan a trip. So coming back, I want to go back to the presentation. Okay, so travel industry is a $9 trillion market at pre-COVID levels. And now we are focusing on, Southeast Asia market, and we are testing Malaysia market and Singapore. And definitely this year, we will be entering into Indonesia market. And for the business model, number one, we have an appetizer, which is escrow model, where we charge 1% from consumer and also the service provider, travel agent, or key opinion leaders. We will act as a payment guarantee party. And as a side dish, we charge affiliation commissions, 4% for both offline and offline after a transaction completed through the sales lead generated by TravelMill. And on the later stage, we have a dessert, which is a content creators and brands marketplace, where we charge a 10% service fee per campaign. And for the main cost will be the in-house advertisements. Once we reach 500,000 monthly active users, we will have a CPM of $10 for 1,000 impressions. Since we are a global product, if we have 500 companies paying $500, we project 250,000 revenue per month. And the competitive advantage, we have a capable team, we have a low burn rate, strategically location in Singapore, entertaining and informative, we empower the content creators, and we use machine learning in our applications. We have provisional pattern as our intellectual property. And long story short, we're in a pre-seed round, raising 150K. And allow me to introduce my team. I'm the CEO. Previously, I worked in JTB CWT, one of the largest travel agency in the world. Dr. Yo, our researcher, PhD in cognitive science. Casey, CTO, our full stack software developer. Howard, CFO, ex-EY auditor. Paki, our advisor and investor. Ex-Airbnb, currently with Google. And we are a portfolio company with EthAum. So for the traction, we have a strong community, over 2 million aggregate followers from the content creators. Now we have 3,000 over monthly unique visitors during the low season of travels. And we have over 300 more than 300 vlogs. Over 30 content creators partner with us, 5 B2B pilots. Last month, we won top 5 platinum award from the Malaysian National Innovation Competition of Education and Technology. And today we secure 20K from Angel. And we have 100X of potential growth and ROI in the next 5 years. Last but not least, I want to thank my wife again for making my life difficult. And all the men in the room, use TravelMill, save time, save money, save trouble, save your relationship. And remember this, happy wife, happy life. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Peter. Do we have questions for Peter on TravelMill? Okay, if you want, you can ask questions in the chat.
Great, thanks, Pankaj.
Thanks a lot, Peter. So we have next presentation from Zigo, Ankit. Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Ankit. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks, Pankaj. My name is Ankit, and I'm building Zigo. Zigo is a money streaming platform which solves the problem of a delayed payment. We have talked around more than 500 gig workers and 50 enterprise and found that delayed payment is a big issue for them. They spend something around 40 days each year for chasing the invoice. And once they got the invoice, they have to invest a lot of time in doing a settlement also. If someone is working as an individual, for them, it's very difficult to keep the record on the accounting platform. And when the gig workers are working globally, so there is a big head charge of like 3 to 5% as an international transaction fee. Whenever there is an international transaction fee, they are most of the time using Upwork, PayPal, or Square, these kind of a platform, if they are doing a freelancing work. So to solve this issue, we have built a Zigo. So in the Zigo, we are building a platform where, so we are basically providing a smart contract which can automate your payment on the daily basis, weekly basis, hourly basis. Think for a moment, you are hiring a yoga teacher, someone from Bali, and that person is charging you on the hourly basis. So they will ask you to put the money in the smart contract, to lock the money in the smart contract. At every hour, the money will be transferred in his account. Another thing what we are doing, we are basically connecting it with the bank. So this particular platform is built on the crypto. There are a lot of freelancers who are not comfortable with the crypto. So we are basically providing them a gateway also. So we are partnering with the third party gateway to in order to like facilitate the payment in the fiat to crypto. And also another property about this Zego is that here we are facilitating peer-to-peer transaction. We are not holding the money on our platform. The money is basically held by the smart contract itself. At any point of time, if the worker basically feels that the freelancer is not meeting the criteria, then they can stop the streaming of the money. So this particular platform is not only going to use by the freelancer. So this is a payment stack which can be integrated with the enterprise or any of the gig workers platform. So if you look into the market size is quite big since we are basically a payment stack, not only focused for the freelancer. It can be used in any of the teaching platforms or any of the recurring payment for the enterprise also. If you talk about the competitors, we have like a few direct competitors like Stayr, ChargeBee, and Gitcoin. Stayr got acquired by Mainframe recently. ChargeBee is only working on the fiat, and Gitcoin is specialized only for the freelancers. But how we are different from all these three, we are basically just a payment stack which can be integrated with any of the fiat ecosystem, just like QuickBooks, Xero, or any other platform. If you talk about the indirect competitors, obviously like Stripe, PayPal, and Square, these all big companies, they are facilitating the recurring payment. But how we are different to them, they are the one who are basically holding the money. But here in the Zego is not holding the money. The money is basically held by this smart contract. So smart contract is responsible for facilitating the payment on the recurring basis. There are some advantages of Zego over other projects. Just like peer-to-peer network, we are facilitating fiat to crypto payment also. And here the transaction fee is even less than 1%. So last month we had a client, they did a transaction of something around 10K and it charged them only 50 cents. Here there is no KYC required. Without doing a KYC, you can stream out your payment. If you talk about the business or revenue model, so we are basically charging flat 2% fee for each of the transaction. And if any of the customer is expecting like to do a fiat to crypto transfer, then there also we are charging the fee. And if there is some company who wants to build a platform by using our recurring payment stack, they can also use it. For that, we are charging 0.5%. If you talk about the roadmap, so we started basically in the Q2 2020. We talked around like 500 gig workers and the business owners that time. Then we started building a prototype. We built the prototype on the Ethereum, got a feedback from the customers. We got an EthAum incubator. We onboarded like 2 of our beta customers. And in the Q1, our goal is to basically support for the other protocols in order to reduce the gas fee, or you can say the transaction fee, and also to get 1,000 customers as soon as possible. If you talk about the team, we are the 2 people as of now. Myself, I have worked with a Red Hat and Ocean Protocol. I was also a grantee from Ethereum Foundation. My other teammate, he is also from Red Hat. He worked with a Vistara before. So that's all. That's a small intro about the Zego. If you have any question, please feel free to ask the question.
Thanks a lot, Ankit. Questions for Ankit? Please unmute yourself. Okay, it seems there are no questions for Ankit. Again, if you have questions for Ankit, please feel free to write them in chat and talk to him separately. Thanks a lot, Ankit. We have Alan from Gallopy. Alan, are you available? Please unmute yourself, start sharing your screen.
Okay.
Hey, Ankit, could you please stop sharing? Fantastic. Go ahead, Ellen.
Okay, the name Gallopy is inspired by an apple a day keeps the doctors away, and then aim to be the Gala apple to keep the therapists away. Hello, everybody. My name is Alan, the CEO and co-founder of this Gala apple. Gallopy is a health wearable developer and a tech company. Through our device, mobile care software, treatment recommender, people can easily predict and prevent chronic conditions for a healthier life. In 2020, lockdown and social distancing caused delaying routine and non-emergency treatments by more than 40%. Compared with 2019, the number of global telecare visits was doubled. However, existing model can't help those who need physical therapies such as electrotherapies, manual therapies, and acupuncture. At the same time, the product of global telecare visits was doubled. However, at the same time, the products on the market like massages and tents cannot provide personal treatments or allow remote prescription to meet such urgent needs. Gallopy can fill all these gaps by using wearables and novel AIoT technology to help people predict and prevent chronic pains through personalized treatment, also stay connected with their caregivers for remote prescription and instructions at a cost only $50 a month. This solution not only allows people to continue treatments anytime and anywhere, but also better control their health. Unlike other devices, the Gallopy system can automatically generate and adjust program according to individual needs. We are the only system that allows therapists to keep business going through remote prescription. Microcurrent is an over-the-counter Class 2 device approved by the FDA. It has been used by more than 1,000 therapists and clinics all over the world, which efficacy is clinically proven over 80% in pain management over decades. It helps to improve pains, inflammations, and motions by activating self-healing system using bioelectric. 20 users already tried our product. One of Felix is one of them.
I am a long-distance runner, and over the past few years, I've suffered different kinds of injuries and pains, including joints and muscles from my Achilles heels to my thighs, quads, knees, joints, and even my lower back and shoulders. Using this microcurrent device has really helped us to relieve my pains and relax my muscles. I would definitely recommend this device to everyone else.
According to Vienna, microcurrent therapies will become the mainstream and the fast-growing system for physical therapies in coming 5 years. Esports is the first market we plan to enter. Figures show that more than 60% of esports gamers suffering from dry eyes, pains on shoulder, wrist, elbow, and back due to intensive training. All the symptoms are also common among the white collar because of the heavy use of computers and mobiles. Therefore, workplace wellness is the market we target to enter after the esports. We are now conducting a minor pilots with 10 esports gamers from GJS Robert, Godspeed, and the Hong Kong esports. The later founder was an esports pro and the father of Hong Kong sports, Derek Zhong, whose platform can last 4.8 million gamers around the world. Digital health is one of the rising industry worth more than 100 billion. Esports is a young and booming market with 2.7 million active gamers worldwide, and our goal is to create 60 million markets in Asia by grabbing 10% market share of the esports injury management. We are targeting business like esports team, agents, also therapists and clinics to generate income by product selling and service subscriptions. We have joined enough an integrated medicine center in Hong Kong, and the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi to support our R&D trial and business development. Now we are seeking partners to referral, incubations, and accelerator networks. 2021 is a new page of Gallopy because we are moving to Singapore from Hong Kong, and our product is now under evaluation for CE marking so that we could be on the market by the end of this year. The Gallopy is a small but complete team with extensive experience in smart device, neutral sciences, and product design so that we can build most of the critical components internally. With $600,000, we aim to complete another mass pilot CE and FDA applications, produce 1,000 units, hire more engineers and marketers, also acquire more than 10 business partners in this year. We believe that all illness and injuries are controllable if they can be predicted and prevented at the early stage. Gallopy is here to make this possible so that people can live healthier. If you share the same word, welcome on board. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Alan. Questions for Alan? Again, feel free to put the questions in chat. Okay. I think we should take the next presentation, Alan. Again, thanks a lot for the presentation. David, please start sharing your screen.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is David, and I am the co-founder of Kurian, which is this platform about, I would love to speak to you a little bit more. Kurian basically is the world's best cocktail bars in your pocket, no matter where you are. So basically, the main thing behind a drink or go to a bar or get a cocktail is the human connection. However, this pandemic has changed everything. Basically, institutions as Credit Suisse, for example, thinks that the structural change in every market has brought forward about 5 or more years. And this thing has affected the spirits industry that before the pandemics has a worth of $409 billion and was experiencing about 7% of category growing. However, these challenges come with opportunities. And basically, the home body consumption has been increasing and has opened an opportunity for the digital on-premise. Basically, the on-premise means that it's one of the channels of consumption of spirits. Basically means bars, hotels, restaurants, etc., etc. And now this is becoming digital. So we're part of this new trend. As I was telling to you, Kurian is the world's first native marketplace focused in the bar industry with a global reach. Basically, we are an integrated solution of DTC on trade and marketing solutions for the spirit industry based on augmented reality. For our consumers, we supply them with the best cocktails from the world's 50 best cocktail bars, no matter where they are, and providing to them with unrivaled experiences in a worry-free environment. And for their venues and then our clients, we provide them with insights and data about the trends of consumption. Basically, Kurian is a young enterprise. Basically, however, we have become the first independent digital DTC platform in the industry that is responding to this new reality in being adopted by one of the biggest industry players around the world. Basically, now we're working with Diageo in key markets for the spirits industry that has endorsed our platform as their technological supplier for some of the solutions and initiatives. And well, this has opened to us the opportunity of unique networks. That's what I was telling to you, that we have a global reach, because basically this partnership with Diageo allow us to work with the best bars, but also allow us to becoming part of the world-class selection for this. So basically, our solution is quite disruptive into a very traditional industry. So being the first on these new kind of solutions has allowed us to be the first in not just in our origin market, but in any other ones. Basically, we are expanding our solution to markets as Singapore, London, Rio, Santiago, San Miguel, de Allende, and Mexico City during the first quarter of this year. And we are in advanced conversations with local operators in New York, Miami, LA, Madrid, Paris, Tokyo, and Montreal, starting at the end of this quarter, again, in partnership with Diageo and another industry players. So why we believe we are so unique in terms of, yeah, we have a good network, we have a great partnership, but main thing is the team. Our team is integrated by industry insiders. All of us, we have global experience into the industry, and we have a deep understanding of the needs from the spirits brands, from the venues and the bars, and at the same time by the consumers. So that allows us to understand by firsthand the three main needs that the industry has. So we all have a combined experience of about 15 years between Marco and I on this industry. So we have built an interesting network that becomes that makes the Korean a platform for DTC trade and marketing solutions, unique in terms of the experience we have. And well, certainly, as I was telling to you, we have a great partnership with Diageo, which is the main industry player around the world. But also, we understand that the spirits industry is also very complicated. It's very regulated. So we are always looking for advice and network access. So if any of you have an interesting way to collaborate on this way, providing us with advice and access to networks in key markets for the spirits ones, we will be blessed to work with you. And also we are opening a funding round of $200,000 that will be used during the next 12 months, and basically will be used in strengthening our marketing and logistics capabilities. And thank you very much. I hope to have been clear enough about what we are doing in Korean. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, David. Thanks for the presentation. Do we have questions for David? Okay. Or do you want to ask a question about any other startup that presented? I hope you didn't forget to score the startups that, and I have given the Google form in the chat. Please look at that and feel free to score the startups. Okay, it seems there are no questions right now. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining the call. As I mentioned earlier, that you can connect with the startups on your own, or if you want me to make the connections, I would be very, very happy to make the connections, right? I would love to connect you with the startups so that we can take this forward. And thanks a lot for joining today, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, stay safe.